In life, sometimes things don't go your way. And what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna mope and just soak in it? Or are you gonna fight? Which is a good quality to have in life, to be able to fight for the things you care about the most. In the last 2 years, with each season, had its own success to a monumental standpoint. For the 2017 season, they won their first playoff game, made it to the Big Four.
In sophomore year, when all the seniors and some of the juniors now were pulled up to the varsity level, it was just amazing to be one of the guys that got the experience of the first ever Calhoun team to go to Hofstra.
And then last year, we broke pretty much the standards of Calhoun football by beating Cary first in the regular season. And then next thing was beating Mepham in the playoffs to once again get to Hofstra.
For the seniors at least, we got the actual experience of being on the team itself, practicing with the guys that started, and making it to Hofstra. It felt more like it was our team rather than a team that we joined in on.
Last year playing at Hofstra, it showed me what real football was at this level. It exposed me to what I have to do going into my senior year and working out over the summer and getting into shape and throwing constantly.
There was definitely some youth to the team. We had about 10 to 12 guys coming back from the season before.
We all had to put the effort in. It doesn't come with just walk on, win, walk away.
People need to get in the weight room. Running over the summer was a big deal.
Especially because all of our seniors, all of our starters graduated.
So it was a lot to take in, knowing that the team was going to be very young.
Being that we were ranked 8th was almost disrespectful of how the program made it to Hofstra the past 2 years.
It's kind of just like a spit in the face. You guys aren't a team anymore. You guys lost everyone that you had. We needed to be able to show basically all of the conference that Calhoun isn't done. I love the Bluegrass scrimmage. It's really fun.
It kind of rejuvenates ourselves with the fact that, yes, it's finally football season.
It shows who could play and who really just can't play. It's like the first look of actually hitting someone and actually having a full 11 on 11.
It shows me where I need to work and where I excel on the team and what I could do to improve myself so I can therefore help my team get better. Playing MacArthur week 1 was definitely going to be a challenge, especially it was Friday night under the lights. Everyone was going to be there.
It's the first game of the entire football season for Nassau County.
So we knew we had a stage to play on. It was whether or not we could perform or not.
I thought it was going to be a really good game and a really good battle between Calhoun and MacArthur, like how it has been the 2 years before.
Playing the number 2 seed right off the bat, this is a good opponent that sets up how we play the rest of the season and shows us where we stand.
You think you're so great, and then you play MacArthur week 1. It was definitely a big wake-up call. we gotta get our act together or else this is how the entire season will go.
It showed us what we needed to work on.
Toughness was something that we really did need to show throughout the rest of the season.
This all goes back to the lack of experience that we had on the team. Almost no one knew what it was like to even get hit by a varsity player besides our own practices. People were just like too nice and too soft, and they wouldn't get rough on each other because they thought, oh, this could be a bad thing. But football is supposed to be this mean, physical, hurting sport where you're not really supposed to just like be there with another guy. You're supposed to destroy that guy every single play. People just had to keep going through practice and just build that toughness, even if it was like little by little.
We were doing a rollout pass, and I was tackled in the backfield and fell on my shoulder.
That was one of the worst feelings I've ever felt in probably my entire high school career.
Right after it happened, I went to John and I was prepared to go back in. Unfortunately, I was taking snaps from the center on the sideline, and every time the ball hit my shoulder, I couldn't take it.
I thought he was done. It hurts to say that. I really thought Adami was going to not be able to play the other 5 games that we had.
I sprained my ankle, so that meant I was going to be out for a week. It was just really frustrating watching them fighting and knowing that I couldn't do nothing. I'd rather be hurt playing with them, trying to help to the best of my ability, rather than just watch from the sideline.
The fact that he missed 1 game is absolutely incredible. It really showed how dedicated he is to the sport that he plays and loves.
I take pride in going out and trying to do my best, and having a separated shoulder isn't going to stop me from going through what I wanted to, because I've been waiting for this season for all my life, as long as I can remember.
Homecoming is funny because it's just another game that has a ton of hype behind it.
It was kind of nice knowing that even though it was a really rough year for us, that the school still backs us, that we still had our support.
It's not even just homecoming, it's every single home game. The stands would be filled all the time because a football game brings the entire school together.
We had our new jerseys coming in. We were gonna have a blackout under the lights.
I'd known about the black uniforms from Nate. He'd been talking to me about them and he designed them.
And that was the first time anybody was gonna see them. That added a new sort of energy to the team.
They just looked amazing, especially in pads when they were filled out, and you weren't even a body or a unit, you were a force that you would have to deal with.
Even though the seniors only got to wear them once, I'm still very grateful for the fact that I was able to rep Calhoun in black.
Losing on homecoming's obviously not a great feeling, and the locker room after the fact of that game was silent.
Being eliminated from the playoffs, it put an absolute deadline on when our final season would come to an end. After Kennedy, after week 8, after November 2nd, you won't play football for the rest of your life.
The resilience that we showed as a team was pretty great because it's hard after fighting every week and not having to come out to your outcome that you wanted to. But it takes guts and it takes a lot of persistence and a lot of determination, I'd say, to go back out there to practice constantly.
Football is supposed to be the most fun that you really will have in high school because it's the time where you will see your brothers every single day and you'll hit them and be like, all right, you get back up and you hit them again. And that just keeps going. And it's just an amazing feeling knowing I hit you, you hit me, but we're still brothers.
Knowing that it was my final week of football, it kind of made the week emotional.
This was it. It was the final week of practice, final game, no matter what.
It was the last week that I was going to be able to be out on the field with the teammates who I can call brothers.
And the fact that it was Kennedy brought that on like 10 times more.
Crosstown rival and being able to play against kids that we know from growing up from elementary school is something that people can't do all the time.
Considering that Kennedy has never beaten Calhoun before, there's definitely going to be talk around the town about it.
We could have been 7-0, they could have been 7-0. It really didn't matter in the end. This was where everyone left it on the field. This was where if you left anything behind on that last play, you wouldn't be able to get it back no matter what.
The senior walk with my parents is something special, and not every community has something like this. Both my parents were very supportive of me playing football, and they're really a big part of how I play.
Through my last 3 years of playing football, my parents were always there for me. They went to almost every game, and it showed that they would always support me, no matter what I'm doing, what I'm playing.
It kind of really hit that, wow, this is my last football game, that I had to leave everything out there for what I worked for and what me and my teammates had worked for, especially the seniors.
It was about the last 2 minutes. I wasn't on the field anymore. I was basically done. I was broken.
It was heartbreaking to me because of the work that I put in the past 4 or 5 years, doing everything that I possibly could.
You do your job, and you do your job, and you do.
It made me acknowledge like returning my gear, because looking back at it, I was looking at the details on the helmets that were left throughout the season and like the scratches, reminiscing about how I got it, or the memories that we've had together as a player. Even though the season didn't turn out the way we did, I was satisfied knowing that I had fun playing high school football, that I was happy with what I put into this team. I kind of lived by it, this saying that you can't get mad at the things that you can't control, but the things you can.
Being a Calhoun Colt football player meant so much to me because it allowed me to become part of a brotherhood and really have friends that would last for a long time.
If I ever think of football, I'll always think of this year, last year, and sophomore year, because those are the guys that I've been with forever. High school, it seems like a lot of time when you're in it. It's just 4 years. All you get is 4 years with your friends. So I want to remember them all the time, just all the good times that we had.